packet. Looks very familiar because, part of it's, from last week, part of it's from this week. This is QuestBridge. So if you guys are ever interested, QuestBridge is open March 24th. I'm going to just take the time to just tell you guys right now. If you guys are interested, juniors, this is a great opportunity for you. Interested in applying to multitude of different schools, QuestBridge is a great opportunity. Full tuition scholarship. Right now they're having their summer program. If you guys are interested in applying to any Ivy League schools across the nation, just really interested in just checking out what QuestBridge is, highly encourage you guys to apply to this program. Due March 24th. So we have the whole next month to kind of work on it. It is a very lengthy and extensive application, but so worth it because not only do you get connected with learning about private admissions, learning about private institutions, learning about different schools across the nation, you learn about QuestBridge and how that works. You learn how to apply as a QuestBridge prep scholar, as well as you also earn some scholarship money and have the potential to join a college fair or even stay at one of these schools, one of the QuestBridge schools across the nation. And I want to talk more about that, scholarship power hour, but just wanted to bring it up out there so that you guys know. And then this is Road Trip Nation. Fun little source that we're going to be exploring a little bit. And this is the little career that I wanted to go into. So we're going to talk a little bit about Valerie Weiss. She's a Harvard biochemist and science filmmaker. So she has a little bit of a combination of both STEM, a little bit of both art. And one of the nice things is that when you do Road Trip Nation, is that you can talk or explore different types of people and you can hear the different milestones in their life. So different types of things that they did within their lifetime, different types of things that they, really helped push them into the direction that they want to go into. So for her, she fell in love with biology in 10th grade. She took those science classes. She also took some classes in the arts, started doing filmmaking. You could also see the education that she went to, what she studied, what type of career she is, how it kind of works and combines. But, let's hear directly from her. Let's hear from her experience.
Between science and the arts, I felt like I could think about everything.
Okay. Hold up, Valerie. I need to make sure I share my sound. There we go. Now let's go.
Between science and the arts, I felt like I could think about everything.
Yeah.
And with that, I decided to go to graduate school, and I did a PhD in biophysics, biochemistry. And I made my first film, Dance by Design, while I was writing my dissertation. And 2 weeks after we wrapped production, I had to defend my thesis. I was unwilling to make a decision at that point because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then, I was able to put these two interests head to head and really decided that if I had to do only one, I wanted to be making films because I could ask any question. And for me, I think it always goes back to what do I get to think about? And I didn't want to be limited just by what science could answer. I wanted to tell any story that I wanted to tell.
So it's just a nice little clip. It's short, sweet. There's a lot more on there and there's a lot more to Road Trip Nation when it comes to it. So her video is part of a little 3-part series. It's only like 24 minutes. But you get to hear about how Road Trip Nations, how these 3 students are traveling around, talking to different professors. All these professors are here in California, and you get to hear more about the different types of questions that they ask her. So I like this part.
She got her PhD in biology, but then jumped off to become a director.
Actually, let's go a little bit back here.
De nosotros, respecto al viaje, como siempre se ha dicho, los viajes enriquecen. Como decimos en México, pues el que se acerca con lobos, pues hablar aprende, ¿sí? Si te acercas con mentes brillantes, pues si a lo mejor no brillas como ellos, cuando menos algo te van a aportar.
We're heading up north to LA and we're interviewing Dr. Valerie Weiss.
She got her PhD in biology, but then jumped off to become a director.
Hi, I'm Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Megan. Hi, Megan.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having
Hi.
us. One of the reasons that I am taking this road trip is because all my professors have told me, you need to go to grad school, and after grad school, you stay a professor for the rest of your life. So I'm trying to find out what else can I do in my PhD.
Got it. Okay.
Example A.
Yeah, I have a lot of ideas of what you can do for your PhD. I actually got interested in the arts before I got interested in science. And I remember when I was about 5 years old, I had this epiphany that life actually was finite at a very young age. And I remember thinking, wow, if life is so short, I want the opportunity to do as many things as possible with the one life I have. And I remember thinking about it and thinking, wow, well, an actor gets to do that. Like, if you're an actor, you can have so many different careers in one. And I remember being really excited, telling my father, I was like, I'm going to be an actress. But then in 10th grade, I absolutely fell in love with biology. And suddenly, between science and the arts, I felt like I could think about everything.
Yeah.
And with that, I decided to go to graduate school. I did a PhD in biophysics, biochemistry. And I made my first film, Dance by Design, while I was writing my dissertation. And 2 weeks after we wrapped.
But, you get the idea. It's a nice little resource to be able to explore, check out different types of careers, check out different types of opportunities so that we can do a little bit more research, because the whole goal for today is doing careers and connecting it from California Career Zone. So utilizing what we kind of learned a little bit about our personalities and connecting it straight to what we can kind of look forward towards in the future, and connecting it to what we want to study. But again, this is just to kind of expose you to different knowledge, just like how those kids are doing or did an in-person road trip. We're kind of doing like a virtual sort of road trip to be able to explore, dive in a little bit, see what else is out there, to kind of pique your interest and see what your options are out there. You never have to be fully committed to something, because you always have the flexibility to grow and change. And that's, one of the perks is that, seeing what else is out there gives you the opportunity to kind of branch out, as well as one of the perks here in college bound, in high school, is your opportunity to branch out and explore. So without further ado, let's get started. There we go. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. Oh my gosh, I did it. So proud of myself. Aren't you guys proud of me? I know, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So who remembers what we talked about a little bit last week? Don't be shy. I know there was quite a few of you that were there. Who remembers? It was only like a week ago. What? No one. Did we forget at Knott's? It flew out of us during the rides and the amusement. I like it. Very nice guess, Shayla. Very nice guess. Well, actually, fairly accurate. We were talking about planning towards our future and talking about what to kind of doing. And you're more than welcome. This is your first time here. You are totally, totally fine. So we were talking about planning towards our future. We were talking about some of our goals, trying to get to know each other, promising that we're going to do the work. So doing the work that we have within our packets. I saw some of you guys working it here at the club, so I really appreciate that. And I am going to be following up with you guys this week. Actually, we all are, to be able to make sure that we're doing the next part and doing the next task. And the next task is actually doing our career assessment and connecting it to our future. So let's get into it. Oh my gosh. So last week we talked about exploring who you are. We talked about the learning style, so we kind of got into that component. We talked a little bit more of our personality and kind of like our dreams or like our visions, understanding what we were kind of interested in. And this week we're going to connect it back to our personalities, extracurriculars, and careers. So who can tell me what's the difference between a job and a career? Who has any guesses? What's the difference between a job and a career?
A job is like something like not temporarily, and then a career is like your whole life.
Nice. Was that Delilah?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Delilah, didn't you do financial literacy last semester or in the summer?
Can you please repeat that?
Did you do financial literacy last semester or in the summer?
Yeah.
I knew I remembered you. There's a financial literacy scholarship. I found it. I 100% found it. So, keep that up. Or if you guys are interested in College Bound Summer, financial literacy. But Maya, you're also right. Career is something that lasts longer. James, career is a profession you want to pursue. A job is a profession you take for the money. Very, very, very right. You guys are spot on nail on the head. Wow, none of my pens work. This one? Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. So career is your long-term professional journey, something that you want to ultimately accomplish. So let's say you want to become a teacher, like that's the ultimate career path that you want to go to. In between, you're going to take little jobs. So whether you want to work here at the Boys and Girls Club to gain experience to help you towards that career, whether you're here to, let's say, work with students, help them out figuring out, or if you want to become a college counselor, there's a great opportunity here in College Bound because you're working with students, understanding the college pathway, and it's also flexible so that you can also go to school while still making money to help support, But let's be honest, living in California, it's a little pricey. It's very, very much pricey. So we want to be able to have some income coming in and helping you out. Career-wise, you have that long-term goal that you want to accomplish. So you have to reach a certain level of training, education, or you have to climb the ladder. So let's say if you're someone in business, maybe you're an entrepreneur, your goal or your dream career is becoming a CEO. You have to, start somewhere with your education and slowly climb your way up to understanding and earning or running a company. Whether it's creating that foundational idea, to working at jobs, whether it's in an HR department, working jobs here, working at potentially a school as a teacher's assistant, all to kind of give you that experience to ultimately help you land that career. Both experience as well as giving you money, That's how it is. That's how it kind of works. So long you're halfway to a career, you're going to be taking multiple jobs, multiple different avenues. Sometimes it's for the money, sometimes it's both for the money and the experience. There's always a little combination. And if you want something more direct, we also have it right here in our little slides. Job is where you earn money, salary, benefits, hours, paycheck to paycheck. You're learning certain skills or you need just certain skills. Maybe a specialized degree or training certificate, a trade program like they're talking about right now with the senior workshop, career, long-term professional goals, certain level of education or training, might be something that'll last your entire life, and you can take numerous jobs to land in a career. So, connecting and talking about careers, I want to go back to California Career Zone so that we can do our career assessment, because that's where we kind of left off last week, and then we kind of cut off, so now we want to make sure that we go back to it. So all of you should hopefully have this packet within you or have it in your email, or if you're on site, helping you there. We have this packet and we're going to be going to the lovely website. You know me, I like going to Google because Google has everything. We're going to do California Career Zone. It's always this first one. We can drop the link right here in the chat. Oh my gosh, where is the chat? There we go. There we go, California Career Zone. And if you haven't signed in or made an account, this is the perfect time for you to sign in. All you have to do is create an account, username, password, confirm it. And what best describes you, you guys are students, so it's best to just kind of explore and kind of go for it. I like making an account because it saves your information, so you don't have to redo this data testing, you don't have to redo the personality assessment. But you go to Discover Possibilities, you can make your account at any step of the way, it saves your results. And we're going to go to our interest profiler, and we're going to start a new profiler. And let's 6E. Let's do the 30 question mini one. I personally like this one. You can also, if let's say you are at the club site and you don't have a computer, there's a personality assessment right here underneath. Same format, same type of questions. You just have to circle whatever you enjoy. And for this one, based on the amount of circles that you have, you would tally it up and we would write what number you got. So it'd be all in the column. So if I had 3 different things circled here, so let's say I circled, let's say I drew on it, not that. Ooh, what did I circle? Ooh, I could do maybe this one. Maybe for me, yeah. So then based on the amount of circles you had, you would write down the number. So I only had 1 here, so I'd write 1 right there. Same concept is going to be right here with California Career Zone. So based on how much you like something, there's the strongly dislike, unsure, like, and strongly agree. Try to stick closer to a like or a dislike. The more you do unsure, it's more like a little meh, so it doesn't really count towards anything. Try to really ask yourself, like, I know there's things that we think like, oh, that'd be so nice, but is it something you're actually gonna do? And what do I mean by that? So let's see some of the questions. Build kitchen cabinets. It'd be nice if I knew how to build them because I would save so much money. But is that something I'm gonna love doing? No, not at all. Develop a new medicine. That's something I could see myself committing doing. So that's something I would like doing. Write books or plays. I would love to do that personally. Do I feel like I have the patience to actually do it? Not as much. Teach an individual an exercise routine. I feel like I could have the patience for it. You know, I could do it. Buy and sell stocks. I feel like if you teach me, I'd probably be really happy to like do it. Be like, oh sure. Develop a spreadsheet using computer software. Not my favorite task, but it is something I do. So yeah, something you could do. Repair household appliances is definitely not for me. Conduct chemical experiments for me. I'm a fan. Compose or arrange music, I would love to do. Don't know how to do it. Terrible at singing. Terrible singer. Don't know how to read music. I think I have bad hearing, so really not for me. Give career guidance to people. I mean, it's not like that's what I do right now, so I guess. Operate a beauty salon. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Install software across computers on a large network. No thanks. Not for me. Assemble electronic parts. Also not for me. Examine blood samples using a microscope. Love that. So easy. Love that. Create special effects in movies. Actually, since the pandemic, I don't know if you guys know, I've learned how to edit things. I've learned how to edit films. Did not know how to before, so I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Do volunteer work at a nonprofit. Oh, hopefully you guys want to too, because you can't come to the Boys and Girls Club. We might be one. Start your own business. I wish I had the entrepreneurial spirit to do this, but knowing myself, like I don't know. This is also not for me. Test the quality of parts before shipment. No, not for me. Develop a way to better predict the weather. Sure. Write scripts for movies or I could do this. I could write. Why not? Teach slang language. I think that'd be fun. I always loved learning languages. I used to learn ancient Greek when I was in high school. Little fun fact. A baking business is... I should try. Represent a client in a lawsuit. No. That's a lot of pressure for me. Inventory supplies. No thanks. And you guys are doing this with us. Opening it up. Either doing the one in the packet or doing this one. We're both going to get results. Either way. Set up or operate machines to make products. No. Invent a replacement for sugar. Sure. I liked chemistry. I would love to sing in a band. Again, terrible singer. No talent for singing. No talent. Love to do it. No talent. Take care of children at a daycare. No. No, babies are a lot of work. Babies are a lot of work. Sell merchandise. No, I'm okay. Keep inventory of records. No, I'm okay. So once you're done, you just go straight to summarize, and it tells you what your top 3 areas are. So for myself, my top are investigative, social, artistic. What is it for you guys? What are some of your top 3 areas? Or what came up for you guys? Anthropologist, how'd you get that answer? Wow. Is that what you want to do, James? An anthropologist? Social, conventional, investigative. Wow. Anyone else? Again, you can do either one. Both of them will give you a result. Whether it's the one from our packet or the one from California Career Zone. I like California Career Zone better, but again, we have options for both. So while you guys, drop it in the chat, let us know what your top 3 were. Also, make sure you write it down within your packet what your top 3 areas were. Helps out. If you know your scores, write it down. Helps us out. Helps out greatly. So make sure you write it all down. Let's talk a little bit about what these personality factors kind of indicate and what they kind of mean. So all of this is driven from the Holland Code, which is created by Dr. John Holland, which is the theory that people in work environments can be loosely classified into 6 different groups. Each of the letters above corresponds to one of the 6 groups described in the following pages. Different people's personalities may find different environments more to their liking, while you may have some interests and similarities to several of the 6 groups. You may be attracted to primarily 2, 3, or anything like those. So the Holland Code is just essentially a nice little assessment to determine what are different types of personality factors that associate with different jobs. You can mix match. It does gonna vary and change jobs depending on what you have as number 1. As you saw for me, it was, what was it for me? I already forgot. Investigative, social, and artistic. It's always the same for me. It doesn't change that much for me. So it can change depending on what information I put first. Now, who wants to be so very brave and had a realistic component? Did anyone get realistic as one of their top 3 personality factors? No? It wasn't a top, then you might try taking it. By all means, you can take it as much. It's always a fun little thing to kind of do. In that case, I'll read the doers. So realistic, the doers. People with a realistic interest like work activities that include practical, hands-on problems and solutions. They enjoy dealing with plants, animals, and real-world materials like wood, tools, and machinery. They often enjoy outside work. Often people with realistic interest do not like occupations that involve doing paperwork or working closely with others. Famous realists are TV carpenter Norm Abram, snowboarder Chloe Kim, and celebrity mechanic Jesse James. I don't know who any of these people are. No, that's not for me. Who would like to read investigative? Don't be shy. Let's hear your lovely voice. I can zoom into it. It's so easy.
I wouldn't mind.
All right, go for it.
People with investigative interests like work activities that have to do with ideas and thinking more than with physical activity. They prefer to search for facts and figure out problems mentally rather than to persuade or lead people. Prominent investigators, astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, primatologist Jane Goodall, mathematician and computer scientist Grace Murray Hopper, and theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking.
Nice. Thank you so much. And who wants to read artistic? Any of the artists out there want to read it?
I'll read it.
Go for it, Delilah.
People with artistic interests like work activities that deal with the artist sides of things, such as forms, designs, and patterns. They like expressions in their work. They prefer settings where work can be doing without following a clear set of rules. Well-known artists, painters, sculptor Leonardo da Vinci, actress Halle Berry, writer J.K. Rowling, and singer Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett.
Awesome. Kat, do you want to do the social, the helpers? I think this is one of your factors.
Yeah, that's my number one. All right, so social, the helpers. People with social interests like work activities that assist others and promote learning and personal development. They prefer to communicate more than to work with objects, machines, or data. They like to teach, give advice, help, or otherwise be of service to people. Famous helpers, educator Booker T. Washington, mental health care reformer Dorothy Dix, TV psychologist Phil McGraw, and civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King.
Fun times. Okay, we only have two more. Who wants to do enterprising? Those are business people.
I'll do it.
Go for it, Shayla.
Okay. People with enterprising interests like work activities that have to do with starting up and carrying out projects, especially business ventures. They like persuading and leading people and making decisions. They enjoy taking risks for profit. These people prefer action rather than thought. Prominent persuaders, TV mogul Oprah Winfrey, business magnate Jeff Bezos, and entrepreneur Elon Musk.
Nice. You guys are doing great. Love it. And then our last one, conventional. Come on, you guys are doing so great. One more person. I believe in you guys.
I can read it.
Go for it. Thank you so much.
People with conventional interests follow procedures and maintain accurate written and numerical business records. They prefer working in structured settings where roles and tasks are clearly defined. Well-known organizers, businessman J.C. Penney, Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, and professional organizer Alejandro Costello.
Nice. So these are essentially all the letters or all the different types of personality factors that you kind of see out there. If you did the one that's on paper, then right here you can learn a little bit more about each personality factor, and you can examine your top 3 careers based on what those factors are. So if, let's say, realistic was one of your top 3, you could look at, different types of careers associated with it. If you notice, these letters next to it showcase the top 3 personality factors associated to that career. So if you were scientific, enterprising, realistic, an air traffic controller might be a nice career for you. If you like investigative, realistic, enterprising, archaeologist. If you like scientific, realistic, enterprising, maybe athletic trainer. And you have different types of career options here associated with it. So again, if you did the on-paper Holland code, browse around and try and choose your top 3 careers that you might really be interested in, that you might really like. So that we can kind of connect it and explore a little bit more. And please drop them in the chat or let us know. I'd love to hear what some of your careers are so that we can explore a little bit about it within all of these workshops, expose everyone to these new careers. So please drop them in the chat. That way we can check them out. If you did it with California Career Zone, I forgot the name real quick. It was very, very strange. You can go to view occupations. I like this a lot more just because it's very fun. It's very, very fun because everything's kind of color coordinated. So if you see these top jobs here are associated with what's most related to my top personality factors. So things that are right here in pink are very, very high, like above 75% related to the factors and the score that I got from doing it. And you see different types of options. I really like it because all of the information is associated to the California area. So they're not using data or anything outside of California. Everything's related to what people make here in California. They're using real labor statistics and data. It tells you a little bit about the occupation. So let's say I wanted to become a genetic counselor, assess individual or family risk for a variety of inherited conditions, such as genetic disorders, birth defects, provide information to overall healthcare providers, individuals, to families concerned with risk of inherited conditions. This is like a unique little occupation because a lot of you guys have already taken biology, right? And I'm sure you guys all remember that within biology, you have your genes. And your genes are associated with different types of letters from like A, T, D, and it's just reading that. That's what genetic counselors do. They go through your DNA and read your genes and try and figure out what genes associate with that. Yes, does it sound interesting? Yes. Can it be a little bit boring? Yes, because you're constantly working with A, T, G, D, C, and constantly working with the pairings and trying to associate things together. And one gene is a whole bunch of code. Very interesting. It tells you what type of level of degree it is. It also showcases how much money they're making annually per year. And if I want to dive deep into the career, again, it tells me the annual opening. So I like covering it. In 2020, the average annual wage for California was $119,000. Workers start making anywhere between $81,000 to $164,000 based on experience. Annual openings, that's a little bit hard to kind of talk about in California because it's not an occupation that's necessarily something that's blooming. And annual openings is a great thing to kind of check out to see if a job's growing, expanding, or if it's something that's very popular. So this one isn't as popular, so it's good to kind of know. The data is very recent, 2020. Soon it'll tell you about 2021, and it's going to keep updating every year. Job Zone tells you what type of data, not what type of data, what type of education you have to go into. So for this one, master's, sometimes it requires a PhD or JD, which is a law degree, or an MD, which is, doctorate degree. That tells you a little bit more about the actual job, which is the little summary we saw earlier on my list. It tells you a little bit what they do, so interpret laboratory results like I was telling you, discuss testing options, associated risk, limitations, analyze the genetic information, so analyzing the genetic code, making sure everything's transcribed properly. There's tools now to make it easier, so you're not literally by hand going through the genetic code, but it's looking through those codes, noticing the patterns, and recognizing what gene goes with what. It also associates with different interests, people who like this occupation, social, investigative, artistic. That's what came out for me. Work values, you prioritize relationships, achievement, and recognition for your jobs. Things you need to know, biology, psychology, medicine and dentistry, therapy and counseling, because you have to talk to people, let them know about these genetic diseases, their possibilities, and English language. Things you need to be able to do is reading comprehension, active listening, problem solving, active learning, critical thinking. It also tells you other associated jobs. One of my other favorite things about it is that it tells you which industries are employing those areas. So from general medical hospitals, physicians' offices, medical diagnostic laboratories, schools, other names that this could be called. So prenatal genetic counselor, senior genetic counselor, certified genetic counselor, counselor program. And of course, my top favorite is it tells you different types of schools and where you can kind of study it. So UC Irvine might be a great school. I want to go into the Keck Graduate Institute of Medicine, pathology, genetic counseling and counselor. It tells you the education. So if I were to click on it, it tells me more about the program, schools I could do it at, what offer those programs, other related majors. I can go back. It also connects me to jobs that I can look into and explore, genetic counselor, the certification projects, so I just need to get certified, and then different types of companies that are potentially sometimes hiring for those positions. So it's a nice little thing to kind of browse around. And then some of them have videos. So for this one, there's a nice little video.
Genetic counselors have an ability to see into the future of our health, that is. Genetic counselors analyze genetic information to assess a patient's risk for a variety of conditions, offering helpful information and advice to patients and other healthcare professionals. Genetic counselors often divide their time between their lab and an office where they meet with patients. They write detailed reports and treatment plans that simplify genetic concepts.
So, you can explore and kind of dive in. So now let's talk a little bit about, remember our promise, keeping up, doing our little activities with workshop. Let's go back to talking about our promise. So what I want you to do is either utilize California Career Zone or utilize the one that we have here. By all means, that's totally fine. And choose what your top 3 careers are. Please, at least before you guys leave, we have 15 minutes. I am going to talk about something else, but please, if you guys can, something that maybe interests you, write it down in the chat. That way we can see, browse it out, kind of help connect with you a little bit more, and complete this part. So what is your current interest? What are you kind of passionate about? What came out from your personality assessment? And what are 3 jobs that stood out to you based on your personality factors? So something associated to what your top 3 factors were. So for myself, like I said, artistic, social, investigative. So what's something that came out associated with that? If you did California Career Zone, very, very great, because you can explore right here, choose out, explore, branch out, dive deep. You see clinical psychologist is growing quickly. So psychology is growing. Those of you that want to go into psychology, it's growing right now. It's booming. Speech language pathologist, that's booming right now. That means there's money to be made there. There's money to be made at both of them. See, this is why I like that. It's letting you know. Psychiatric nurses, that's becoming growing. Economics teachers, any of you want to teach that? Growing quickly is nurse instructors, because a lot of people are trying to become nurses. So I'm just putting it out there. But writing down your top 3 careers that stood out for you, and just writing that out so that we can kind of talk a little bit more about it. If you did it, again, with our in-paper or in-person activity, there we go. Choosing your top 3 careers based on what's available here. Or, of course, you can always go to California Career Zone and do it there. Just seeing which one was, close to your associated. So for me, investigative was one of my top, so maybe I'll choose a career here. Artistic was also one of them. Maybe I'll choose something here that also has like artistic and social or investigative. So maybe like a music teacher is something I like. I don't know how to read music. I struggle. No, I can read music. I just can't sing or stay on pitch. But it's fine. It's fine. We all have our things. So that's our homework. So choosing one of those to essentially connect it to. There's a nice little handout here that helps you associate it a little bit better, so that we can do a little bit of research within what those schools are. So once you choose, let's say you do one of the ones that are on here from California Career Zone, choose one and just fill out this little worksheet. Talk a little bit more about what the career cluster is, the salary range, career benefits, challenges, schools that you can kind of go for, schools that you can kind of explore in, jobs that require any special certification or license. So things associated with that. Then let's go here. The last activity I want to do together is this one. So within every occupation is associated with a different type of career cluster. There's 16 different types of career clusters. So some of us maybe know exactly what we want to do. Some of us may be a little bit lost because there's so many options, so many opportunities. But what the career cluster kind of does is it helps you determine what type of area or field you may want to work in. So for this one, there's 16 different options, and based on which one has the most determines what type of area you may want to consider working towards, or an area that you may like. Career clusters could be anywhere from agricultural, food, natural resources, architecture, construction, arts, business management, education, finance, government, health science, hospitality and tourism, human services, law, public safety, manufacturing, science and technology. So we're going to try and figure out our career area that we kind of like, and then associate it back to, again, a type of field or career. So you have at least 2 jobs from California Career Zone and 1 job from your career cluster. And let's kind of explain this career cluster activity. I know that was very confusing. So for this one, I know it seems like a lot, but it's not that bad. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So all you have to do is certain items that in each box that best describes you. You can do as much or as little as you want, and all you have to do is annotate the total amount of things that you circled. So for me personally, I like life sciences. I like chemistry. I'm a planner. I think I can solve problems creatively. I can be self-reliant. Learn how things grow and stay alive. I kind of actually like learning about that. I actually like growing small plants, but not enough to like own a garden. That's like too much. Not hunting or fishing. Make best use of Earth's natural resources. Plan or budget or keep records is not for me. So for me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you would go on to the next one. Do I like reading out loud or following blueprints? No. Work with my hands? Yeah. Perform, oh, not precise results. That's too much pressure. Interesting buildings. Am I curious? Yes. Can I follow directions? Sure, most of the time. Pay attention to detail. Sure. Patient and persistent. No. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For me, 5. Are you guys impressed with my work with the mouse and how great I am at writing? Like that 5 came out beautiful, right? I know that's what you're all thinking, literally. I can imagine that. And all your blank faces. What about this one? Use my imagination to communicate. Wait, what? Use my imagination to communicate new information to others. Yeah. Why not? Perform in front of others. Yeah, I have no stressors doing that. Play a musical instrument, perform creative activities, use video and recording technology. No. Design brochures and posters. I could do it. I like being creative. I'm curious about new stuff. I like trying new things. Sure. Relate well to the feelings of others. I like speech and drama. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just based on this first page, I went fancy with a 7. Things that I'm most interested in would be box 1 and box 3. So I would go back to box 1 and box 3. So maybe a field in agriculture, food, and natural services. Okay. And then arts, TV, and technology. Let's go back down further. So it could be maybe hazardous material removal workers or animal scientists, environmental engineer. That might be a potential career I might like looking into. In the arts category, it could be something like a film video editor, art director. Wow, that was one of the things that I had over there. So, just to repeat, and just to kind of put it back into perspective, the goal is that we do all 3 activities, but the goal is that we fill out, no, it's like a lot of pages, it's fine. This handout, putting in our personality assessment, our top 3 personality factors. Then we're gonna do the 3 jobs that stand out to you. You could do 2 from California Career Zone or 2 from doing your personality assessment on here with the packet. 1 from the categories that we were just talking about. So doing your top career cluster interest, which is this one. So doing all the boxes and picking one career associated with that so that we have another option to kind of explore, dive deep a little bit more into. And of course, with any of your top 3 careers, fill out the top part, I showed you with California Career Zone. That's a great place. You can go in and just search up a career or an occupation, and it'll take you straight to it. So let's say, for me, I did film and video editors. Wow, it just knows. Wow, that's, oh my gosh. Am I in the wrong career? Should I go for my film editing career now? But, again, what area you need to study? You just need an associate's degree. You just really need to have the vocational skill set, the practice with really editing, because that's what it comes down to, the practice and going for it. The job openings, how much the average salary is here in California, and then answering the questions on here. Career benefits, so things that they do, challenges, typical schedule. We can explore that. So answering those. Any questions? No? I have one question. Who would I turn this into? Oh my gosh, great question, Eddie. Depending on your site, you would turn it into the person associated. So if you're at the Wilmington site, it'd be Miss Cat. That's your go-to person, so she can help you out, look over it. If you're here at the port, it could either be myself, Mr. Caesar. If you're at the San Pedro site, it could be either Miss Carla, Mr. Andres. Typically, it'll be Mr. Palafox, but I know he is out at the moment. And then Wilmington, not Wilmington, Harbor City would be Mr. Carlos, and then Gardena would be Miss Patricia. Do I have that right? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And those are activities that are associated with that. So, while I have you guys here, what are some careers? I want to hear. What are some things that we kind of learned? What careers are you guys thinking of? I know James said anthropologist. I like it. Something to explore. Anyone else? What are some of your top careers? Wow, OBGYN. Wow. Very, very nice. That's a lot of school, but you got this. You got this, you got this. You got this, you got this. This one we'll tackle a little bit more next week, but it's essentially the same concept as the other worksheet. What's this job called? What do you do? Annual wages, how much the outlook is, what the interest code is. You either do that one or this one. This one's a little easier. I'll give you the option, but at least turning in one. So it's doing that first cover page with California Career Zone, what your top 3 careers are, and then doing the research in one. Art curator, that's interesting. Doctor, OBGYN. Did you guys know that when you turn 18, you can volunteer at a hospital as a baby cuddler? And all your responsibility is to go in and cuddle and play with babies, newborn babies, so that they feel loved and appreciated. That's a job. Well, not a job, a volunteer opportunity, but only when you turn 18. Yeah, like so cute. So cute. Super cute. So, seeing some of you guys and hearing about some of your jobs, because, no, that's right.
Eddie,
Yes.
I have a question. Now that you mentioned about the volunteering at the hospital, do you know any hospital where they can volunteer at?
That's such a great question. I was about to just bring that up right now and talking about what some of you guys want to do. Let me open it up. I know last week I sent it out. I didn't do it this week because for whatever reason, it just slipped my mind to add it to the email. But there's plenty of summer programs out there. Currently, volunteering at a hospital is a little difficult because of the pandemic and COVID. They are looking for people that are 18 or older and are vaccinated. And then for a lot of popular hospitals like not St. Mary's, what is it? Little Providence Company of Mary and Torrance Memorial. the issue with their volunteering is that it only opens one day a year, and you just have to be lucky in browsing that day. So for Torrance Memorial, it opened January 17th, closed January 18th. That was your window to submit for their volunteer application. Kaiser is only looking for 18 and older, but there's other opportunities. So let me pull up that PowerPoint real quick just to show you guys. I'm not going to go through the PowerPoint, just show you guys how to work it. Let me pull it up real quick. Should become a rapper. I know that's what you're all thinking. No, that's not what I want. There we go. Quick, Eddie, before they close down the Zoom. Quick, Eddie, quick. Perfect. Share screen. So I emailed this last week. I can re-email it again. So on here is all summer programs that are kind of open and available. It's broken down into different categories. So you can see different types of programs are associated with different types of slide numbers. So Maya said she wanted to be an art curator. I would suggest looking at both the MoCA, so Modern Museum of Contemporary Art, as well as the Paul J. Getty Museum. They both have summer programs where you can work as a teen and help curate your own exhibits, as well as help create your own kind of teen night. I know for sure at the MoCA, they have a program where you work as teams, only 4 teens, where you work together and associate and create a teen night and organize a whole kind of museum art exhibit for students to be able to come in and kind of get that experience. Same thing with the Getty Museum, although that's more geared towards Latin, Greek, classical art. For medical and kind of research opportunities, what slide was it? Slide 46, Control F. Wow. Control F, there it is. There we go. For medical and research, this one already passed, but if you guys are underclassmen, let's say let's say you're a sophomore, freshman, Children's Hospital is a great one, only available to juniors. You're working with the Children's Hospital, so great if you want to be an OB/GYN. It's paid, as well as they give you college program mentorship. So it's a great little opportunity, and they give you a lot of research opportunities. That one's closed. If you just want to explore medical careers, with the Children's Hospital, they have a week-long kind of fair, and you get to talk to different types of employees and departments within the medical field, open to any grade level. It's just a week long where you're able to go in and just talk to different types of people, sessions, and learn more about the medical field and what those kind of careers entail. Really helps you kind of explore. So that's, if you just want to kind of dive in and just not have a big commitment, that's a great opportunity for you. Not that one. This one. This is open to both juniors and seniors. This one is known with Lundquist. It's partnered with Harbor UCLA. You're working within the medical department, close to Harbor UCLA. It's right behind it. You're doing research, and you can choose which category or which area of research you want to do. So there's prenatal, preventative care, neuroscience, psychiatric disorders, regenerative medicine, stem cells. It's both hybrid and in-person, and when you do in-person sessions, so help them out physically with research, you get a stipend, which you could utilize it. And it's great, like if medical is the field you want to go into, because you can do this in college, you can do this as a work job. They need researchers, and the more you do with that Lundquist partnership, the more access they want to help you out with. If you're a little unsure like what your time frame is in the summer, what you want to do, the intern project is nice because you get to kind of explore a little bit more. There's different types of opportunities, unique opportunities like athletic training, helping out with the Rams, things like that. That's a cool option. This one is known as the AEOP Summer Educational Research Program. One of the nice things is that all these are guaranteed paid internships, so you earn a little stipend after your work, and you're doing different types of research. There's different types of schools on there. So on there, you have the option to do research with USC right now or Cal State Dominguez Hills. I know Cal State Dominguez Hills is doing like STEM research, and they're doing not STEM research. They're working with cells, recreating things, and you're going to be working in the lab learning how to do things with the potential of being published. So it's great to kind of get that experience to really see what that kind of field is like. And one of the biggest things that I want you guys to do, and I was going to talk about it next week, is that as you guys choose these careers, I want you to choose a summer program associated with it. Something that you can do in the summer to help kind of build that experience and see what it is that you want to do. If you want to do things like this, if you want to do environmental stuff, there's different programs across within this presentation that you can kind of explore. Some of them have passed, some of them are still open, but you are more than welcome to talk to any one of us, and we're happy to help you apply, look into it, check it out. There's things from engineering, there's things from architecture, arts, everything in between. There's programs galore. And then if you are really interested in volunteering at a hospital, then I would say, hopefully, within the next school year. The Kaiser one is really easy to do. It's 200 hours, and you can apply at any kind of level or time frame. So there's not like the major restrictions like Torrance Memorial, where it's only open one day. Kaiser's open year round, so after that. And like I said, for the arts and curating, the J. Paul Getty and Mocha Museum Teen Summer programs are really cool programs to kind of check out. If you just want to experience more like art or things, the Academy of the Arts are free online courses that you can take anywhere, all year long, all free. Or you could do like a summer program like that. Or, this one's also fun, the California Arts Summer Program. Again, any art program. It's due the end of this month, so February 28th. And there is scholarships for it. It is kind of a tuition-based things, but there's scholarship to help cover the cost. And you can do different types of fields programs. There's even programs for business, everything and beyond. So it's all there for you guys to kind of see, peruse, check it out. So if you guys are interested in the medical field, you heard which ones you got to be applying to. Arts, what you want to be applying to. What else did I see? I saw doctor, criminal justice, or something medical. If you want to do criminal justice, the best one I would recommend is next year. You can do Expanding Horizons, which can connect you with a law program. If you want to do it right now, the next best option would be to either do the intern project, or actually the intern project would be the next best source to be able to do kind of criminal justice exploration. If you want to do like forensics or science stuff, I would recommend doing like a research one, because forensics is a lot about research, learning how to do results, learning how to do tests. And then for anthropology, I would say, if you want to study that one, which one would be best? Of these categories, I would say doing it with either one of the schools or doing one of the research programs, or the AEOP, which I think there is one option within the AEOP connecting, I forgot which school, for kind of research like that to kind of understand it more, or taking a class in anthropology. If you want to do a leadership seminar, that's also a great option. The goal is that you're a little busy this summer. You want to be doing things. Yeah. We'll be doing things. Any other questions? Okay. Who can remind me what I want to see turned into me before next Wednesday, or to Miss Cat, or to Mr. Carlos? Who remembers what we have to fill out? Don't be shy. Wow. No one remembers what we're filling out. Wow. No, Miss Cat's right. You can have a case management appointment with any one of us. We can explore it more. More than happy to it. Any one of us are happy to. Wow, you guys don't remember what your assignment was? There's a gift card. Who can tell me what it is? I have a gift card to OHAS. I have it with me. Who can tell me? Who remembers what our little homework assignment is? Oh. Should I give the gift card to Miss Cat? I think Miss Cat remembers. Very close, James. So yes, we're doing the form within our packet. We're completing the top form. So the packet should be in your email as an attachment from the workshop. If not, we can follow it back and I can try resending it out. So again, just putting in your name, your information, California Career Zone account, what some of your interests are, what your score was, what your top 3 personality factors were, and then 3 jobs that you were interested in. 2 from doing your personality assessment, and 1, so this is your personality assessment or the one from California Career Zone, and 1 of them from doing the cluster assessment, which is that one, this one, where you're going through, circling what makes sense for you, counting up the total, and then choosing from the one that has the most a career that you'd be interested in. So which cluster is? Each cluster is associated with a box. So like I did the first box, my top ones were 1 and 3, which was agriculture and arts and TV. So I chose a career based on something there. So I chose film and video editor. So 2 from your personality assessment, 1 from the career cluster assessment. Okay? And we want to know what your personality factors are. Okay? By next Wednesday. Will you make a promise? A thumbs up? Perfect. Oh look, Miss Cat. She's like on it. She put it in the thing. I don't know how to put it in the thing, but she put it in the thing. All right then. Without further ado, have a lovely, lovely, lovely Wednesday. I expect to see this from you guys. Please, 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 please. Please. And then next week, we'll do one final career exploration, and then we're going to start connecting it to our majors. Oh, if you joined recently, the packet, what site are you at? That's the best question. So I can say who to get the email from. Gardena. Okay. I'll talk to Mr. Carlos just to double check and make sure. But if you guys filled out the Google form, we can also send it to you guys based on that and send it out to you guys from the Google form. So you should be seeing it soon as I check out the Google form. Oh, cool, you found it. Perfect. So yeah, but thank you all so much. Have a lovely, lovely Wednesday. Remember, fill out the form. See you next week. We're going to explore. Promise. Remember, think of the programs that you may want to do. Medical ones, art ones, research. And a lot of those medical ones I talked about were paid. So, make money during your summer. Great opportunities. Thank you. Bye.